Hi, this is Michael Burke with the Paradise Luxury Group, powered by Keller Williams, with my good friend and colleague Mish Kanigsberg. How you doing, Mish?
Fantastic. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. And just hustling. People ask me how the market is, and I say we're busy trying to be busy. And
Hmm.
we're quite busy. I like where we're going and what's happening to our business and our team. And I'm getting a lot of questions though regarding an as-is contract versus what you call the performance contract, which I like. Is what I call the traditional FAR bar, but I like the performance contract. Um, I'm just curious why you use one over the other, and there's
Okay.
some slight differences, and I'll share my thoughts as we go along.
So first, let me just paint the picture. So the performance contract is a contract where the buyer and seller are both going to perform. They're going to buy the house and sell the house. There's a few caveats in there as far as making sure that the home is going to be sound and safe.
Mhm.
And so the seller is committed to making any repairs that are either mechanical or structural or those kind of things, up to 1.5% of the purchase price.
And that's wood destroying organisms, general repairs, and the
The
third
roof.
one went
The
permits, right?
the roof.
The roof, thank you. But also make sure there's no open permits.
That's in
Uh,
either contract. Either contract, you can't have any open permits.
right. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. And then but there's no backing out, unless something catastrophic happens, there's really no backing out. Whereas the as is contract, the buyer has a due diligence period where if at their sole discretion, they can back out of the contract. The flip side of that is that if they do find something that's wrong with the home, the seller is not obligated to make any repairs. There's no budget set aside for that, like there is in the performance contract. Do we negotiate that? We surely do. But you're going in there thinking that you're buying this house unless there's something catastrophic. Again, you're buying it as is. You're buying it the way that you see it today.
But as is doesn't really mean as is, because majority of the time under an as is contract, there will always be an inspection unless it's
Huh?
waived, which we don't
100%.
recommend. And then it's negotiated to make repairs of things that are found. And what being a dominant listing agent, I'm not a big fan of the as is because it gives the buyers opportunity to serve notice that they don't want the house for any reason, and not let us perform under a traditional performance contract. So I like tight contracts so that we can perform. But I also understand that sometimes back in the heyday during COVID, when there was multiple offers, that's all we saw was as is. And a lot of times there wasn't inspections, which I don't recommend. But I will say it depends on the market conditions, the amount of inventory, and how things are flying off the shelf or not, which ones you use.
Absolutely. And the way and the other thing that I try to appease the sellers is we just shorten the due diligence period as much as possible.
Hmm.
So we don't keep the house off the market for longer than needed, just in case the buyer backs out for whatever reason. So traditionally, it was 15 days of due diligence period. We don't necessarily want the house off the market for that long, so we'll try to cut it down to either 7 or 10. So if there's something, we can deal with it right away and circle the wagons if the deal falls apart for whatever reason.
All right, I just want to clear up a couple of things real quick before we adjourn. Usually, under the performance contract, cosmetic items are not covered. It's generally the mechanical items of the house. Under the as is contract, you can ask for cosmetic items. Doesn't mean the seller would do them, but you could always ask or negotiate certain cosmetic items. I mean, like if cracked tile, cracked uh, drywall, whatever it may be, is not covered under the performance contract. And one thing that you brought up though too, roofs. What we're seeing is roofs that are roughly close to 15 years or older. It's usually the lender and or the
Insurance.
insurance. They're saying that roof has to be replaced before it turns over or conveys. And so if you have an older roof, sooner or later you're going to pay for it, meaning you're going to pay for it in the negotiations or you pay for it before you put it on the market. Now, the house that you just sold over there in Corkscrew Estates, it's a brand new house, so no issue. The
Mhm.
one that I just put under contract this week in Palmyra, It was a 2020 roof, so we're okay there.
Mm.
The seller was very proactive back then to take care of the roof issues. So again, these are all things that from being a professional agent, things that we have to look for to protect our clientele, whether they're buyers or sellers.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, well, if if you have any questions, folks, regarding the contracts and dig a little bit deeper as is or the performance contract, Misha and I are always available for questions. And it's a long process sometimes to get to the finish line, but we're here every day in the office and want to help any way we can. So again, thanks you for your wisdom, Misha. I really appreciate you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.